When you've got a drum track that's sounding a touch dull and boring, you might think you need to add more drums to liven it up, but that just makes it muddy and confusing. Well, I've got the solution that will give your drums the snap and punch to bring them to life. And because you're not adding more and more sounds, they'll be crystal clear too. So as you can see, I've put all of my drums into a drum bus. So now I want to send this to an auxiliary channel so that I can parallel process on this channel. This will create a parallel path for processing and ensure this send amount here is at 100% because we're going to use this aux channel fader to balance the levels later on. So on this parallel channel, I'm going to add a saturator, my favorite being the Saturn II. So let's get that up. We're going to add a warm tube. It's already on warm tube, and high quality, superb and linear phase. And then we'll grab the drive, put loads on and then dial it back to how we like the sound. So let's have a listen to what this is doing. So around 22% I found sounded about right, not too much sort of distortion. You could hear that getting quite distorted the further we went up. So the next thing I want to do is add a low cut. So I'm going to use the Pro Q3 for this. And I'm just going to use a 12 dB slope, and I'm going to bring it up so it's at the bottom of it sitting around 20 to 50 hertz, but obviously the top is around about 120. What this is doing is just making it so that the effect that we're doing in this parallel channel is not affecting the low end that's happening on the original drum bus. That can make it sound confusing. We're really just dealing with the top end because we want to make it snappy and have some presence. So let's listen to how that sounds. So the next thing I want to do is compress this together to get it really punchy. So I'm going to use the 1176 for this, UAD flavor. And remember, these knobs are around the other way. So I want a really fast release, which is 1. And then I'm just going to use an attack of around 3. And I'm using a 4:1 ratio. And I'm just going to bring this input up until I'm hitting around, between about minus 10 dB of gain reduction. So let's see how this sounds. So now we've got all the effects in place on the aux channel. What we're going to do, I'm going to unmute it now, and we're going to put it back to 0 and then blend in that processing so that we can hear it working on the higher end of the drums. Remember, we've cut out the lower part of the drums. That's so that we can keep the kick clean on the original version, and then on the parallel channel we're bringing up that higher stuff. So listen to the snaps and how that sounds when it's blended together. So you can hear that snaps really coming out now without the need to add more drums. Now, a little point to make here is when you are using that parallel channel, don't go too loud on it, because what you're going to be doing is you're going to be rebalancing the drums and adding a load of top to the drums. So you're going to start losing the kick in this situation. So make sure you bring it down so it's still balanced, but you get that nice snappy top to the drums. The original kick is still there in place, nice and solid. You've just got this thicker, stronger drum sound. Head over to streaky.com if you want to get some free presets and loads of other stuff on mixing and mastering. If you want to add some moodiness to your vocals, watch this next video coming up.